water. Of course, it is no small task to put a World War II bomber in downtown New Orleans. And once the DAV introduced the idea to the city, it became clear that help would be required from many quarters. The New Orleans Port Authority would have to give its blessing. A derrick barge big enough to carry the airplane upriver would be needed. A pushboat would also be necessary to power the vessel carrying Panchito. David Schulenkamp took the lead. For overall logistical support, coordination with the Port Authority, and a derrick barge big enough to lift and support Panchito, Schulenkamp turned to Ports America.
We got contacted by Mr. Schulenkamp, told us about the project, and really told us what it was all about. And it really got the momentum going with the port authorities, the tugboats. There was so many people involved, and him spearheading the whole project kind of made our job easy.
The plan was to lift Panchito over the seawall at the New Orleans Lakefront Airport, place her on the barge, push her up the industrial canal through a set of locks, then take her upriver to be offloaded at the Canal Street Wharf, located just a few yards from the DAV Convention Hotel. The journey would take about 6 hours. And then, like a time-traveling tourist, she was there. For some, a curiosity. For others, a living memory. For all, a powerful symbol of American strength and ingenuity.
You know, throughout the storm, the locals could have never recovered on their own. We depended an awful lot on people from all over the country and the world to help us. And first and foremost among any were the soldiers, the sailors, the airmen, the Marines, the Coast Guardsmen, were the ones that came here during the storm to save us and bail us out, and after the storm to rebuild us. Our initial hospitals, our initial service centers, our law enforcement were all military. And that extends to our former military, such as the disabled American vets. I myself am a disabled American vet, proud to have served my years in the service, and I was proud to see the disabled vets come down here and have their convention here, bring a B-25 down here in remembrance of the Doolittle raid. And they could have easily, like so many other corporations did, cancel their time in New Orleans and take that business away from us that we desperately need. And they could have went to any other city had they chosen to, but they stuck with New Orleans because they understand what it is to try and recover from something that tears your heart out. And I can't tell you how many disabled American vets I've met since the storm that are down here on their own or with church groups or with the Red Cross, with Habitat for Humanity or other groups helping us rebuild, all on their own time and all just out of their heart, and we thank them for that.
And when company comes to New Orleans, there's only one thing to do: throw a party. Singer and pilot Aaron Tippin, long an advocate for veterans' causes, helped fly Panchito to New Orleans and stayed to celebrate.
There's a lady that stands in a harbor for what we believe, and there's a bell that still echoes the price that it costs to be free. I pledge allegiance to the flag.
Like respectful grandchildren, Air Force F-15 Strike Eagles thundered over Panchito's party in tribute to an elderly ancestor to whom much is owed. There are those who have said that the principal value of the Doolittle raid of April 1942 was psychological. But after the surprise attack on Pearl Harbor in December of 1941, the nation was beleaguered and beaten down by retreat after retreat until those 80 brave men, led by Jimmy Doolittle, against all odds, delivered a message to the enemy right downtown. Others maintain that the raid had significant logistical importance, which helped turn the tide of the war in the Pacific. 65 years later, looking at a Mitchell B-25 shimmering in the afternoon sun on the banks of North America's mightiest river, in a city that has been beleaguered and beaten down by one of the most catastrophic natural disasters in recorded history. It is hard to determine which benefit, the psychological or the strategic, is more important. Because this old warrior's waterborne reprise reminds us that in the events of history, as in the lives of men and women, it is the will to fight back, no matter the odds, that ultimately wins the day.